Hi guys, Gaming Bear here. Right, it's day 6 of the Advent Calendar 2017. And what have we got today? Well, we've got the Panzer 58 Mutz. Oops, here it is. I clicked on the wrong one. Bear with me a second. So here we have it. Let's have a look at the deal in the shop for this. So what we're looking at, let's call this up. So £27.77 for this tank. It's a nice looking tank, you know, it moves around like this. Now, is it worth it in the current environment? There's another package which is available, which is the same thing plus some additional items for £42.77, where you get 4,450 gold. So let's have a look at the gold price. So let's put in 4,450 and see where we are. £14.49. Okay, there must be a sliding algorithm or something for when you get to the higher levels. So 1440. So let's say 1450. So let's go back to the specials. So 1450 off this. So what we're looking at is about £28.20. Whereas the normal one, just on its own, is £27.77. You're thinking, that's more expensive, Gaming Bear. But what you get is you're paying a little bit extra for the 15 mission times 5s and 30 personal reserves. They're slowly bringing that in, and so that's what's coming in. So you're paying £1 or so for those additional mission things. So the gold works out the same, and that's where we are with it. So you don't get the equipment, and you get the tank for roughly 27 to 28 pounds ish. Now let's have a look and see how the price compares to other tier 8 mediums. So about 28 pounds, where would that put it? That would put it around about the same sort of price as a Type 54 first prototype. So is it as good as a Type 54 first FP? We need to have a look. So let's get in and give it a run for its money, see whether it's worth this, and see what we can do with it. So let's get back to the tank, and let me just open this up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight into a game. As you probably can see, I've got the black version as well. So without further ado, let's get straight into a battle. The way I've got mine set up is gun rammer, optics and vents. So let's see what we can do. Straight in, looking at the current environment, and see what it's like as a money maker. You've got middling armor. It's no great shakes, but the mobility makes up for that with an accurate, punchy little gun. I've done a review previously, so I'm not going to review it again at this stage. We're just going to test out in the current meta and see exactly what it's like. So let's have a look. Muravanka, the usual tier 10 game. So this is just the environment at the moment. So yeah, this sort of matchmaking you get all the time. Just going to readjust my screen. So what we're looking at is it good in the current environment? Is it the tank that you really want? Is this fair? Is it a fair approximation of the usefulness of the tank? Is it good for now? Is it worth the money? And is it overall a good deal? So we'll have a look. Let's get into position. Spot for the heavies, which will be going up on the hill. Try and spot initially. I've got about 180. It used to be 182. It's now up to 212. That is nice, and 259. So that really helps in the current environment. The penetration used to be down. Used to be about 30 mil less. So this is a really nice change. Well, he's got that position, so I'm not going to cause him issues. Oh, everyone's going. Okay, they're all going this way. Okay, I was just about to go back the other side towards the fairy forest, but I'm going to assist and defend this side, as that's where we seem to be going right now. Oh well. So I'm going to move into a defensive position, use the scouting of the AMX 13105 and let's push down some trees. Give myself a little bit more cover. Let's watch for incoming. We've got a lot of heavy action on the other side. This doesn't really show the manoeuvrability yet. Now, I'd normally stay here, do what I can do, but I'm going to move out of position, do things. So, what you got to think of is where are you with things, and if I actively try and show errors, mistakes, what you shouldn't do, what you should. So I should be hiding, sniping, not poking my head, not risking arty shots, and that's where I'm going to go. So I'm going to make obvious mistakes, and those of you who've been watching my channel know that that's where I go for. So those of you who come up with them and say, "Oh, you shouldn't play like that," I'm doing it on purpose, dudes. All right, I'm doing it on purpose for demonstration purposes. Again, didn't fire. Wasn't quite in position where I wanted. Sadly, oh shucks, that could have been mine then. Okay, we're going to move into the centre. Circle round. We've got the Chrysler and the light tank covering that side. I'm going to push over the hill a bit. See what I can see from up here. So if I can get any more spots on their team potentially. I know I should be coming up behind a bush. There we go. So yeah, I've seen him coming in. And he's seen me, of course. So he knows he's been seen. Yeah, like I'm gonna now if I was demonstrating what not to do, what the heck? Great. Oh shucks. Time to move. I'm expecting another arty shot incoming. Scorpion G shot. Okay, well that'll be similar. Time not to be here. So we've got a hidden. So your view range is quite nice. Your mobility is okay. Let's go in and circle round. I'm very short of hit points. He's gone. Let's use these bushes. Let's try and get some shots through. Oh, come on, little badger. There we go. Try one more shot as to where he was. Oh yeah. Oh, he's gone. Cool. Okay. And watch out for RT. So let's go in, find that Scorpion G. Assist the light tanks, scouting him, do what we can do. So the mobility is good enough. The armour is pretty pants for depending on what's firing you, especially from the rear. The camouflage rating is down a bit, but the accuracy of the gun. What's happened there? That's a bit weird. It just stopped. I must have things slipped off the keyboard. Okay, let's get in. Boom, in your face from our arty. Ouch, that's going to leave a mark. So, mobility is okay. It's not the fastest around the battlefield, not quite like a leopard-esque, because you've got more armour. So you're in the middle, and that's one of the reasons this doesn't normally do so well, because of you haven't got enough armour, and you've got a nice gun, but you're let down slightly, even though we just won that. Normally you're let down a little bit by, if it came with 39,000 credits, even on a performance like that. 2,900 experience. You know, it's just under 1,000 points really, as a base level. So which is all right. 39,000 credits. I think they bumped the credit earning potential of it because it's generally not played very well. So the tank itself, 700 damage, it's alright. Spotting now. Just under 1,000 points of spotting. So it's a nice combination of spotting, a little bit of damage, a bit of mobility, not quite up to the level of the light tanks, but then it's not a light tank. 446 meter view range, and that's without food. So 40,000 credits. Let's get in and check out the black version. Different crew. So let's get in, have a look at the black version, see what it's like. Let's double check before I do that. HE side, 6 of each. Maybe I want 7. Let's stick with that. Okay. Let's get in another game. So we've seen you can move around. It's mobile enough. The armor isn't really up to anything. You really will have problems bouncing anything. If you bounce anything, it's lucky shots, which means really, oh, that's nice. Tier 8, good. Okay, this could be wow. You don't often see Tier 8 games. Oh, those poor little Tier 6s. Right, well, let's see what we can do. I'm starting to feel sorry for them already. So it's going to be a fun game. Couple of pilots, which are one of the best ones because they've got the mobility. They can get into position and snap the shot, whereas these little tanks just aren't. They can't quite get up there as fast as the likes of the pilots. The pilots are really good for that sort of a thing. So first thing first, I'm going to move up to towards the monastery. Get up around about there. I'm going to head up to around about H7. Work that little bit of a ridge. Try and get some shots over. And see what we can do. You can see the accuracy of the gun on the move is pretty good. The punchiness is very good. And the armour is okay in the right tier. So it may show, because the angles and slopes, it's very much like the Indian Panzer in its armour makeup. So yeah, so let's see. Let's get up. There may be a light tank up here waiting for us. Let's just get ready to try and get a view on that. So I want to get into position, ready to try and... Yeah, I was expecting a light tank here. Spotted for the team. Type 58 spotted. Yeah. To bit of a wiggle. Yeah, like I'm going to poke over now because you're ready for me, sunshine. Try and get a view on these guys. And you just do a bit of snapshotting. Keep them under observation. Work to try and put pressure on them. Hold the ridge. Yeah. You know where I am. I know where you are, sunshine. Oh, he's blasting APCR at me. Oops, I'm in HE for some reason. Blinking fury thing. What the heck is our team doing? Scorpion's the other way. Is not. He's waiting for me to fall back, and I've just realised he's in a in that position. Okay. So he's waiting for me to draw them into his fire. Thanks for the support, dude. Thanks for the support. Great, I've got the ARL on one side. Ah, too many of them. Scorpion G not assisting. He was right up behind. A couple of kills. Yeah, you sit back and just wait for everyone to come to you while you let the rest of your team die. Well, standard Scorpion G tactics, but didn't really help. So let's have a look at the post-game stats. Bit more damage, 2 kills. Let's see what we did. So, even though it was a defeat, it shows that you can work ridgelines if you've got the chance. But if you start getting surrounded, you need to try and move out of there, and you need to have the chance to be able to pull out. So it's a good demonstration of not wanting to be caught in the situation. But if I'd pulled back at that point, I would have been in a worse situation. I chose to go in, try and go in hard. Got a couple of kills out of it. So yeah, that was not bad. Could have gone better. So overall, it shows between the two replays, you're looking that the mobility is okay. Let's have a look at a quick look. So specific power 16.92. You would hope to have something around about 20 or so. Let's have a look at the say the Leopard. Let's have a look at tier 10. Bear with me a second. It depends. E50. Where's my little Leopard? Give me a second. I'm going to find where this little thing is. Okay, so yes, I've got the tier 9. So the specific power is 20.9. So we're almost 21 horsepower per ton, which really makes a difference. The armour is pants, but you're looking at the Panzer, the Mutz 120 and 90. For having this amount of armour, it's quite nice and punchy. The gun's punchy, the armour can stop some shots, but I don't think we even did we? No, we didn't. Oh, we bounced one from a Type 64. We bounced one single shot. So, for my way of thinking, this would be a better tank as everything goes straight through it all the time. You lose out on a bit of power to weight ratio. You may pull off a glancing blow like that. Maybe you'll get lucky. But generally, I'd prefer something a little bit more mobile, like this. So we're looking 52% win rate with the Mutz, a little bit above average, not a lot, and that's what I'm finding with it. So you saw two games, 1 win, 1 loss, and overall, all the games I've played, 52%. So is it a 52% tank? Yes, it's quite representative of what it's like. How do we do credit wise? 34,000 credits. So just under 40 in the first one, just under 35. So if we average it, that you'll be making 37,000-ish credits per game, for a win and a loss. I think that would be fairly representative. So how does it match up? So let's look at what we're up against. Let's just go for the tier 8 mediums. Bear with me a second. Just looking at the premiums. Okay, so we're looking 44. That lever shouldn't be here. Just looking at the mediums. I think there's a lot of mediums. Just 19 mediums. So if we compare the armour and the characteristics between the first prototype, which is on sale and is a similar sort of price. So between this and the Mutz, let's just look at the details and straight comparison of two tanks that are roughly the same sort of price. Damage per shot, similar. The average penetration is a lot better with the Mutz, which it needed and is very, very worthwhile. Rate of fire is increased. They've done this to try and make up for the problems that you've got in the rest of the situation. Gun depression and elevation, 10 degrees of gun depression, 25 degrees of gun elevation, incredibly good at working ridges compared to 7 degrees of gun depression and 17. So it's like I was trying to do and trying to show, always try and work ridges with this. You then got the dispersion, 0.33, aim time at 2.11. The T54 FP is 0.34 and for dispersion and 2.06 aim time. Alright, durability is identical, 1300 points. And then you see the armour difference. The 54 has actually got armour, whereas this doesn't. People fear the 54 because it's gonna bounce shots. 200 mil on the turret, 120 on the hull. It's incredibly strong. So we then come to the power to weight ratio. The power to weight ratio is down on the 54 at 14.4, but the agility of the Mutz at 16.9, just under 17 horsepower per ton, is nice, but just not quite as good as I would like it to be. So let's have a look at the top speeds. A nice amount of top speed. You saw with the first replay, just bouncing around all over the shop on a bigger map. You're able to do that, and it really suits the Mutz in that situation. So it'll help allow you in those situations to move around the map, get those side shots that you need, and you can even go straight through the front of certain tanks as well with this amount of penetration. Whereas you're tanking it with the first prototype. So let's have a look. You then come to the concealment, 23%, which is nice. An additional 4% better than the first prototype, which is nice. You're a little bit more stealthy, more mobile. Ignore the armor and a nice punchy gun. View range 446, and this is I've got no crew in my FP, so that would I'm probably running 420 or something like that. So signal range, the first prototype is much better. This Mutz is only just under 600 meters. So overall, it's a nice little package if you're allowed to work the ridges. The money making ability, yep, it's a nice little money maker. It's an unusual one. You want something either mobile or T54-esque to be able to make way in the in this environment. Like the 54 first prototype would have worked that ridge maybe that a little bit better because he could have poked, taken a couple of shots in the return, bounced the shots, and then put one in. Whereas with the Mutz, you're always worried about the shots coming in. As you saw, they were all going straight through the front. I was trying to angle, be in position, and it just wasn't quite. Too many tanks all at one time. You want to be pulling back from that situation, even with those lower tiers, because they'll just rip straight through you. Because you can see the hull armor is 30 mil at the sides. You've got 90 mil at the front, which is nice, but 30 mil at the sides. The turret, 65 at the sides. Basically, anything when you're against multiple opponents that you can't angle the frontal armor towards, you will be just chewed apart. So you've got to know the characteristics, see what you can do. So back to the thing. Is it a good deal? So let's go and have a look. Yeah. So the deal itself is it up to this sort of a standard with the first prototype? It's which one would I prefer to play? I have more fun in the 54 first prototype, but that's just me. It's very similar to my Type 59, and it's the toughness of the armour which makes people fear it. No one fears this tank. They've upped the damage and things like that, so it's going to increase the win rate slightly, but you need to be able to play it from range. So, is it an okay tank? Yes. Is it an okay deal? It's okay. So, thumbs up for the deal. It's all right. It's nothing, no great shakes. It's roughly what you'd wish for. It's no real Christmas present. The only Christmas present is that it's on sale, and well, it's always coming round. There's nothing special about the deal. Do I recommend it? Not really. It's better than it was. I can recommend it because it's better than it used to be. But in itself, it doesn't quite hit the mark. I wish it did, but it doesn't quite do it. So I'd say get the 54 first prototype. It's a better tank in the current environment, which will allow you to do more, potentially. In fact, let's get in. I'm not just going to show you. I don't really show you that. Let's actually get in. Now, you saw the lower amount of penetration that I've. Because of that, let's have a look. Let's rechange. That's the reason I'd had issues. So let's bump those up. Let's bump that up to about 8 to be able to deal with the issues. And then we've got a few APCR. Let's put that down. Let's go with that as this setup for the moment. Right, I'll show you what this tank is like, and I'm actually building the crew up. I'm trying to build this crew up at the moment. Let's have a look from my object 140. Oh yeah, I'm shifting crews around at the moment. Let's just play this as is, without the best sort of crew, as though you were just getting into it, so you can see what it's like in the environment. You're saying, how about this? But it's a Mutz review. But I want to show you what you're up against, what you can get for the same sort of money. So we're going to poke ridges, try and draw in the shots, bounce it off the turret, and then move in for that shot. Try and do a similar thing. So same again, tier 10 game. We saw what the Mutz could do. You know we haven't got the penetration, so we've got to get in close. I'm going to give it a run with standard. I know I should be using premium more often, and you're saying, oh, you're just pressing the 2 key. But a good player knows when to use the 2 key and when not to. If you can get away with it and save the credits, then use your standard. So I'm going to load for the first one a premium, because I like getting that first shot in, which puts the enemy on a slight defensive, and it changes their mindset straight from the get-go, and especially being a tier 10 game, you know? So, actually, it's going to move through and help on this side. We've got the 62 moving in that way. We've got the CDC and ourselves coming in. So he's very nippy. So I'll try and demonstrate what this is like speed-wise. So we're up to top speed basically already. Moving around, you're a bit slower than everyone else, but not a great deal slower. The mobility is okay. So I'm going to push up to the hill, try and draw some fire from the opponents. I'm going to do it on purpose to show you what the turret is like. So I'm actually doing it. Waste of that, but I was hoping so that accuracy on the move is an issue. Let's swing this way slightly in case there's artillery fire coming in. So let's see what we can do. LTTB there. Let's give our 54. So you're slow to the battle. With T30 working the ridge. I'm going to try and draw shots from them. And that's what I'm planning on doing. Let's use the reticule. There we go. Let's try and see, we bounced. Time to pull back. So we bounced one shot, and the Leopard went straight through. But you would expect that. So yeah, he's using at Leopard 1 using APCR. Well, nothing. You know, it'll go straight through the forehead of anything basically with that APCR he's running. What is our T10 doing? Hiding back there. What the heck? One of our top tier tanks just hiding at the back of the map, waiting for people to die. Hey, it is what it is. Okay, we'll load premium. Now we know if he's down there. Let's try and get us. That's it, we spotted him. So a bit of spotting for the team. Yeah, bad. See, the Rheinmetall over there. Oh. Oops, oops, oops. Help, help. It's on automatic. Sheesh. I was trying to type. I can't see on that side, so I might have almost got myself killed. Let's put the map back on. I was like, what's happening, Gaming Bear? Let's get down below. So, like I showed, you can bounce. So, the Rheinmetall, the armour is good enough to stop a shot from a Rheinmetall. Let's go to standard ammo. I'm going to push slightly to the right over the hill. The mobility is okay. So that's why this sort of works, whereas the German doesn't. It's really sad. I want it to work. I want it to be better. Oh, come on. At range, this isn't as fast firing. He's gone. Okay, I'm going to push into the centre, across the bridge, and far, far away. So you can see this is. It feels more fun. You're under less pressure because you know you've got armour, and it's the combination factor of having the armour, having a gun which is good enough, having the armour which is better than just good enough, and having enough mobility, which makes this quite. It really, really does make this quite exceptional. Not quite punching enough. I was hoping to get through him from that side. Yeah, I don't want to get hit by a 183. No, thank you. And an S1 up there. Now we've got 49 heading after our arty, so I'm going to move back the other way. I don't want to try not to get shot in the back. That's it. Okay, I'm out of here. Let's get in. I'm going in to try. Oh, that was blinking close. Going in to try and save the artillery. He's capping, so I'm going to go in, try and decap from the 49 who's in our base. What? Oh, no, shucks. Oh well. So you can see that this is more fun. You'll get more wins. Let's see what the earning potential is like of it. 42,000. So 5,000 more, and it felt more fluid. Bounced a couple of shots from the Rheinmetall and the AT-15. It's a better overall package. So which do I recommend? Well, it's obvious. Sadly, it's got to be at the moment the one which is standard. If you've got a chance of one or the other, which is better? 54% compared to 52%. 54 mod 1, the first prototype. So sadly, the Mutz, 52%. It's a bigger target, nice punchy gun, but it's not quite as good overall. Same money. I would go for the 54. So sadly, I'm not going to give it a thumbs down because it's okay for what it is. It's an okay German medium trainer, but really, if you're going up the Russian line, I would say this isn't the tank for you. So I can't really give the deal a thumbs up because there's a better tank for the same money. So sadly, if you want a tank at this level with nice characteristics in the current environment, T-54 first prototype will get it every time out of these two. So sadly, 58 Mutz review, and I'm recommending a different tank. So sorry. It's a positive win rate. You know, you're looking 52%. 52% is 52%. It's not. You know, you can't just over time just constantly get a 52% or more in a bad tank. But the 54 first prototype is better, unless you're going down the German line. So I hope this helps, and I'm sorry I'm not really recommending this. It's because I can't. It feels hard to play. You're always worrying. You know anything that shoots you is going to penetrate. Whereas you take it the 54 first prototype, and you know that probably in a tier 10 match, you're probably going to only get penetrated 50% of the time. In a lower tier match, you're going to be laughing your socks off, bouncing 80% of the shots, and giggling all the way. So you know, the Mutz is harder to play. The first prototype far easier. So for a normal person, I would say get the 54 first prototype. Same money. So sadly, the Christmas deal doesn't really do it for me. So I can't recommend this to you guys. It's been nice to see it, but the this advent calendar deal just doesn't quite get it. Unless you want those additional things in the background, and then you're paying the extra for the gold. So it's an unusual little tank, like the Fury. It's just you've got a combination where the mobility doesn't quite fit, and the poor Korea is more of the same. The Korea's worse. I really feel sorry for the Korea, but this is it's an okay little tank. Is the deal good? No. It's just like, oh, here's something old which is better than the Korea that we're selling today. It's just come round. Nothing really special about it. Nothing great about the deal. So I can't. Just no. The answer's no. Sadly, unless you want this in your collection, I've got to say no. Sorry, boys and girls. Just no. Happy 6th of December, but no, just don't. You know, it's all right. But you don't want to be spending this sort of money for a tank that's alright. So, T54 first prototype, similar money, more fun, more credits for your money. And that's it. So thank you for watching, guys. I'm the Gaming Bear. This has been the Mutz and the 54 first prototype. And I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye, bye, bye.